Each month, I usually get started with a reference list that I have laminated these cute little bookmarks ahead of time and pull these out for each month. And then I write those daily verses over onto my calendar, and I just list the reference. And then I use my bookmark to start looking up each of those verses and write them on my flip cards. So I've got a little tag here that has the theme, provision for October of 2021. And that just helps me keep track of when we did it. And sometimes I'll add a little cute washi around it. But this is where I write the full verses and get familiar with the scriptures that we're going to be covering on that theme each month. So I look it up in my Bible. Oops, there we go. Look it up in my Bible and I write it out full, and that just helps me get familiar with it. And I might highlight some of the phrases or words that coincide with our theme. And then sometimes I will decorate it, sometimes I leave it as is. You can tell that I've used some different colored markers just to highlight the phrases. And then I'll show you a really easy, quick way to add a little color to your flip cards so they look a little more polished, but you don't have to spend quite as much time on them like if you're going to washi tape around the edges. So I'm just using a regular little ink pad. I like this little set of a dozen. I've had it for a really long time. And I just lightly brush it around the edge. You can change out colors. You know, if you pick 2 colors that you're going to do for that month, then you can just alternate. But sometimes I will just do one and do it all around there. It may be easier to do it if you don't have them on your binder ring. See how that just frames it nicely? And last month I kind of experimented with doing it a little quicker by doing the whole edge. That's a way to kind of get it started, and you can just kind of fan them out like that a little bit. And kind of like you are getting ready to shuffle a deck of cards, you just kind of let them go loose and they'll absorb the color that way. This also helps it just look a little more random, I think. Life is all about random. And then you can go through each one and decide, well, I want to put a little bit more color on there. So that gives you the idea. So then once you have all of your monthly verses or your daily verses for the month written on your flip cards, then you are going to be all set as we get into the month and start Bible quilting them onto our pages. So see, I haven't even done this one yet. I'll usually come in here and decorate it, put the title on there. And then each day when I write my verse, I have the full verse on these cards. And if I am choosing to put it in a square where it looks like all of those words are not going to fit, or I don't want so many words on the page that it's just too crowded, I have the full verse here, and then I can pick out whatever phrases I want to highlight in that particular quilt square. So that is just kind of a look at my process, and I hope that helps you guys kind of just develop your own flow with it. Okay? Bless you, friends.